It's good for what they say. All meat Thursday, nothing wrong good there. Listen.
I know you got the trouble.
Get out!
All right. Good to see you.
I'm still writing here.
Hey, Shrimp, you have a silver van?
Hey, Dave.
That's what you gotta do.
How are you? Yeah, of course.
I thought you changed color. Remember me? I was under Moorhead.
How you been?
Yeah, I got on January. Not too bad.
I just, because we got about the size of there's too many of us. We get drunk.
About to call the April 15th council meeting to order. Could you please stand for the pledge of the flag and the prayer by the clerk?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we ask your blessing tonight on this council meeting. Grant our city leaders the wisdom, patience, and understanding to make the best decisions for our city and its people. Amen.
Please be seated. We have a roll call, please.
Mr. Hunker. Here. Mr. Eschman. Here. Mr. Schmag.
Here.
Mr. Roby.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Here.
Reverend Agnew.
Here.
Mr. Schramm.
Here.
With your permission, council, I would like to ask for a change of order of business. We have someone who wants to speak before council, so I need a motion to that effect. Mr. Hunker, second by Mr. Eschman. All in favor?
Aye.
Where'd he go? Mr. Schaefer?
Up here?
Yes, sir.
I ran into the mayor at the Abbey's the other night, and I asked him how I could come down and present a little bio of myself, and he said, all you gotta do is show up before 5:30. So he's a man of his word, and I'm grateful to be here. I brought my wife because Andy likes her better than he does me. So.
I did.
No, I came for Santini. That was the deal. I like scorpions.
So anyhow, my name is Dave Schaefer. I'm running for the Belmont County Commission vacant seat. Spencer's father is leaving. So I'm a Belmont County Republican. I've graduated from Unilocal High School in 1974. Went straight to work, but there's a couple people in here who remember the Dog and Sons at 208. You remember that? My dad ran that. I washed dishes and bus tables. Graduated from high school. The very first day out of high school, I went to work and started in a business community down here with Tri-State Asphalt. You guys remember Tri-State Asphalt when it was down here. Spent 4 years with them. Left that and went to R&F Coal. And I spent several years there. Started entry level, worked my way through the management side of that, and give me a greater appreciation for the energy and the coal producing area we grew up in and what it does today's world to power our economy. Left there and went to the most rewarding place I could ever imagine. 30 plus years with the Department of Transportation. I met with every township, village, entity, city, from Yorkville to Temperatesville, from Powhatan to Henrysburg, and all included. So I built a lifetime of relationships and throughout that 30-plus years with the department. So when it got to the end of last year and this vacancy became available, I thought, well, why not try, go down, work, run for county commission, different level of government, used my relationships throughout my life to further a passion that I have, which is public service. So I threw my hat in the ring in January, filled out my petition, and here I am tonight asking for your vote on May 6th. So I'm going to run on an infrastructure background, which in my previous career, my infrastructure meant roads and bridges, but now as a county commissioner, roads and bridges, infrastructure is just not asphalt and concrete. It's internet expansion, water and sewer line expansion, and everything else that goes with job creation. So I think if you get infrastructure improved, down here on the river, you're blessed with the river itself, rail and highway systems. So there's a whole lot of opportunities. Again, my background, I feel makes me very comfortable to become the next county commissioner here in Belmont. And again, with your help and support, I would appreciate it. And otherwise, that's all the time I was going to take of you guys tonight. And again, thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Are there any questions for Mr. Schaefer?
Yes, sir.
And Dave, if you do get in, please realize there's problems from Powhatan to Yorkville. It's just not from County Road 214 west.
You know,
That's all I ask.
you know, Jim, I went to Yorkville and they said the same thing. And I've been to Powhatan and again, I know I visited here Monday, your senior citizens building and or your facility and your people. And I've never seen so many people smile. And the senior citizens get it. And they're happy and they're glad to spend some time with us. But I know as a county commissioner, I'm, again, maybe being naive, but I know you got the senior building and another county facility here in town, but I don't know. I would assume your biggest contact with the county is Larry Mary, as far as what you guys are trying to do for development and expansion. And I know your issue with the East Ohio Regional is still somewhat tied up, and but again, it would be impossible for the job I just left to say I could ignore Powhatan to Martin's Ferry or Yorkville. I've built a lot of relationships here, and we haven't always agreed, and we've always agreed to disagree, and we never left mad, but I would promise you that that wouldn't be the case.
Anything else? Thank you, Mr. Schaefer. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Back to our order of business. Minutes. You have a copy. You have a copy of the minutes in front of you from last meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? If not, they'll stand approved as received. Do we have any petitions or correspondence? None. Brings us down to the officers of the city. Mayor, do you have a report, sir?
Yeah, I met Dave over at Abby's for dinner. I was eating dinner. We weren't drinking. I don't drink, so just to clarify that. Anyhow, back to business. We're just doing basic maintenance in the city. Andy's got some things going on with the water plant.
Hey, Dave.
They'll be making hot patch. They'll be patching potholes, so I'm sure you're getting a lot of complaints about it. But as soon as we get on, we'll get on the hot patch and start getting them done. They worked on some water line, sewer line projects this past couple of weeks. So we have a lot of smaller things going on. Hopefully no big things pop up. Just trying to keep the city up and running at this time. Do have one thing that the Legion wanted to have our Poppy Day fundraiser on May 22nd. Pretty much they use the corners of Zane and Hanover and 5th. If we can have consideration from city council's approval for that, it's kind of a yearly thing for them, and we could reach back to them and let them know your decision. Other than that, we're we're having a dilemma in sanitation, and if it don't come up out of the red this month, then we're gonna have to increase the rates. We talked about it a couple times. We have an obligation to pay back to the city, a loan that they gave last year. So we're kind of fighting tooth and nail. That's one reason we haven't done a cleanup. Not saying we're not going to, but right now we're in the red in that department. I think we're gonna come out to about even this month, if we don't have any major stuff on you soon, probably, Jack. We probably come out about even this month if we don't have
It's gonna be close right there.
yeah, so,
As soon as I saw it.
we may have to make a move sooner or later on that, just so you guys are aware. Other than that, Mr. President, I have nothing.
Okay, any questions for the mayor? Yes, sir.
Did you get any movement on the YMCA?
Yeah, they're not gonna move this year. They, decided not to, go forward with that. So we, putting a plan together right now to get lifeguards in place, get the pool open, do what we do.
You know why? I mean, do you have any reason why they backed out?
No, it won't happen again while I'm here. I won't talk to them again. They can negotiate with the next mayor. It won't be with me.
Any other questions for the mayor? Mr. Sutak?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple things. The back alley where the Legion is, there's a major sore there that our guys went and fixed that up pretty good, cemented it, lined the rails, put some form in, make sure that it's cemented with the rails that are underneath, the big metal beams pulled up, rode up in the creek that's underneath there. So they did an outstanding job doing that. We had a small water crack in our line that goes across the street, up on 5th Street, across from the Legion. We did fix the leak there, but we did find out that it was a lead line, so that's probably one of our old sections that we're going to take it from where it comes off the main and filters all the way into the curb. Probably have to put a new curb box and so on in there, so that will probably be coming up probably next week since today's Thursday already, and digging everything up. The water plant, I did get a confirmation back from the EPA. They reviewed our median that we use in our filter beds and came out with exactly the good medians that we're using for our filter beds. Probably in the next week or two, we'll start on our other filter bed and we'll start progressing to get that done. Just doing some additional things inside the water plant and so on. So we're still moving forward on that end. I went to Belmar meeting today and talked to the gentleman that runs the funding for roads and so on and so forth. He's going to try to continue to put in funding for the school road, okay? The problem with that is any geotech drilling or checking where the slip is and so on and so forth, our cost will probably be 20% of about $204,000. So we'll have to maybe look into that once they get to that point to do the application if we want to move. Once they get that, then next step would be construction, and he's hoping to get 100% funding on that. If not, is a little percentage for the city on that portion. Other than that, I think we're moving like towards patching and paving within the next couple of weeks. You want to mention about the Elliott Street? Okay, go ahead. Okay. The Elliott Street, talked to the gentleman that's going to be patching Elliott Street. So what we'll probably have to do is bring an ordinance in. We want to bring an ordinance in or just
Paving.
Yeah, for paving, okay.
For paving, not patching, it'll be for paving from Elliott to Center Street.
Correct. So when they do, the company that's going to do the project from Hanover to Elliott we're just gonna keep on, and that will be a separate contract that the city will, pay for that portion. I think we got a pretty good rate on that. We will use our, county permissive tax. County permissive tax, our balance is about $124,000, and some odd dollars. I talked to Terry Lively today, when I was at the Bellamar meeting, so we have that there. I think the mayor talked a little bit about, we're gonna have to patch that Mackey, lower part of Mackey, correct? And, we still have some money left over from when we did 647. Prices came a little better, so they refunded us, about $4,000, so we got that sitting there too, so we can maybe use that to fix that, and that's a pretty, right, Jim, you can go up and down, it's a
It's a
pretty
good size
sizable,
crater.
hole that we need to patch. And if we're gonna do it, we're gonna need to do it, you know, right, because it's a really big size patch, right? Ryan, I'm sure you go up and down that every day too, so, we're gonna look, I'm gonna talk to Davey to see, what they can do on that portion, so we're trying to move in the right direction to do a lot of these things. The Sixth Street, that slip up there, I got applications in everywhere and anywhere I can try to get funding on that slip. See what happens, that's not gonna be an easy job, because we're probably gonna have a company come in and probably put pallets in there. So hopefully we can get some type of funding on that, because I think it's gonna be a pretty big size project to fix that the right way. So as soon as I get something, I will let, council know and the street committee, and then he can, let the other council people know if I do get some type of funding. If not, then we're gonna have to sit down and have a finance meeting, figure out what we want to do on that, okay? Other than that, unless you have any questions, I don't have anything else.
Any questions for Mr. Sutak? Thank you, Mr. Sutak. Mr. Regis?
Okay, not a whole lot. You just received your payroll summaries and your financial for March. Need a motion to show that you received them for tonight's meeting. Also, on what Danny was talking about, want to have a finance, I want to have a finance meeting next week or so if we can have one. Because of some things we're looking at, some requests that's in. I'd like to sit down and talk about them before we move on them. So if, Bob, if you come up with a date with the committee, let us know. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week's bad for me. Maryland, Thursday, Friday's good, and then first part of the following week's good, so whatever we can do, but I'd like to have a finance meeting, sit down and talk, because we haven't, I don't think we met since the beginning. We had one this year, I think.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to have one, just touch base a little bit.
guys,
Friday be okay with me.
Friday, or you want to just wait till the following week? Or maybe do it like on the 29th on Wednesday?
Andy, you need any more, you want us to wait till the following week so you have time to maybe look into that thing a little deeper, or is it gonna take longer?
Let's go, and hopefully we'll get something, but let's go have the finance meeting. We can always have a special something, or just verbally talk back and forth, maybe you and Bob can get together, and then he can, let the other council people.
Want to set it for the 29th right now?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of time there. Yeah.
29th, what,
10
10?
o'clock?
10 o'clock? Yeah, that'd be fine.
That's good for me.
Is all right with you, Reverend?
That's good?
Mr. Regis, do you want that motion now to receive the financial, or do you want to do it under miscellaneous business?
Miscellaneous is fine, it's fine with me.
I'll motion.
Mr. Harris, motion by Mr. Harris, a second by Mr. Schramm. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Reverend Agnew,
Yes.
Mr. Schramm,
Yes.
Mr. Hunker,
Yes.
Mr. Eschman.
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt.
Yes.
And Mr. Rubby.
Yes.
By that, you'll pass that, or you receive that. Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Regis.
thank you.
Mr. Stecker. Thank you, sir. Chief West.
Good evening. I'm just here, I just want everyone to, again, talk about the levy a little bit, the renewal levy for the city, and how much we're gonna need it. I know it's a bad time, with the taxes and everything like that, but this will not raise anyone's rates. It's nothing new. I'm just not asking for anything new. It's just to keep what we have now. So for us to operate efficiently, successfully, we really do need to make sure we get this levy passed. So I'm asking us all to vote for it, for one, to pass the information along. Okay? I don't have a report this month, or this part of the month. I have one at the beginning of the next month. Any questions?
I think you did a real good job on the TV appearance you did a day or two ago. I think that let everybody know that the levy is here, and it's not a new levy, but a renewal.
Right. I'm trying. I did another one this morning.
Mr. Harris?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how's, report on the hospital? Is there still, people breaking in?
Well, they are, but it's more so the owner ended up coming in and having a lot of the stuff taken out of there. The state's involved, which, no, I can't do anything about. No, and they want me to block it, and I'm like, you give me a court order, I have no problem with it at all. But I can't just tell people not to take things. So I do know a lot of stuff has been taken out there.
Has he been taking like hospital equipment,
Yes.
machinery and all that stuff?
Yes, I've seen everything from x-ray machines to CAT scans to that MRI trailer's going down.
Yeah.
So it's really disheartening when you see inside that place, and it's a shame that,
Yeah, my opinion is we might as well just write it off
well,
and go another direction, because it's not gonna, they've been fleecing us for a long, long time. These fly-by-nights coming in there and opening up a hospital and just ripping people off and then taking off,
yeah,
It's just a shame we don't do a background check on these.
well, that's at the state level, I believe, when it comes to those
Yeah, I
types.
guess.
But no, it is a shame what's going on up there, but the county's involved, everyone's involved now, but it's kind of late, I think so, but who am I?
I hope we don't, Chief, I hope we don't stop trying to fight to get that open as a hospital or some type of emergency facility. I think we need one, and so on. I think the number of residents we have here, there's still not enough medical coverage for them, and I'm sure a lot of people will tell you that.
Oh, yes, I hear it every day.
So I think you're right. I think the need for the state to step up their game to help us with that hospital.
Well, they should have done this a year
Brick and
ago.
mortar's still in pretty good shape.
It really
okay?
is, it is.
The new part of the hospital is still pretty new, the emergency room and stuff, the surgical room's still new and so on and so forth. So we need somebody from the state to step up and help us.
Yeah,
Mr.
you're
Schramm?
right, yes, sir.
In between that and on the west side of the street, of 4th Street, the dairy's gonna tear up the parking lot. The current parking lot's gonna be a mess sooner or later.
And that's
like
owned.
taken over.
Yes, and that is owned by the hospital still.
Yeah,
But I can't make them a victim.
right, I know.
And I noticed that, I've seen that, but there's no one here to govern it. I mean, there's a couple people kind of representing the last owner, but they don't seem to be upset about that at all, so who am I?
Any other questions? Mr. Smay?
Now, the people taking out the x-ray machines and other such devices are authorized individuals, is that?
To my knowledge, yes.
Because-
It's not criminals. I mean, I'm gonna say they're not criminals. I mean, this isn't like the stealing of the copper and stuff. These are
Right.
companies that I believe, what I've
You gotta
been
lean on
told.
that.
Yes,
they go
yes.
Okay, because to my understanding, radiological material is highly regulated, so it can't just go out to anybody,
Listen, yeah.
to anywhere.
I can't argue with you there, but I did see some stuff leaving there that is pretty,
It's been split. So yes, companies have repossessed their equipment, but in addition to that, the current owner of the property has hired a company to remove the large sellable equipment.
So they're legitimate people, though, they're not.
no, this isn't a group around here just taking it.
Mr. Harris?
So does that mean that they're out of bankruptcy? If they're starting to take equipment out of the hospital?
I believe one part of it is, I don't understand it completely, so to answer it honestly, I wouldn't be able to, but,
Okay.
the way the county kind of, I believe the building itself is in a different thing than the business.
Because they owe us money, right?
I believe they owe a lot of people money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks, Chief.
Chief Smith? Mary Greer, do you have something you want to bring up?
Yes, sir. Good evening. I'm not used to this, so kind of bear with me a little bit. The reason I'm approaching you today is I'm looking at a 5-year maintenance contract for a piece of equipment we purchased last January for our front-running emergency squad. It was a self-load system that what it does is hydraulic. It helps with patients loading them in safely so our employees do not get injured if they're too heavy to lift. So we purchased that last January of 25. Since then, the warranty has worn out on it. And as of February, we no longer have a warranty for that equipment we do have in our emergency squad. So I've had to bring them out twice already. First off, for yearly preventive maintenance, which was in March. They came out and maintenance both the cot and the system itself. And they went and replaced some parts on our cot that needed to be replaced. At that time, my invoice was $1,109 to pay for that being done. He had to come back out this morning because yesterday during that rainstorm, when we were taking care of a patient, it failed, it wouldn't work. We couldn't get it to load, we couldn't get the patient in. I had to hurry to go with another ambulance to transfer him to our older ambulance and older squad. So with that being said, he came out today, he did the repairs, and he stated that he wasn't sure if it was the battery because he just replaced it in September of 25. So he has no way to test it. So he said, I'm not going to charge you today for this because I'm not really sure if it's on our end. But he said to me, he would have had to replace all parts, labor, travel, everything else to get to us because he comes from Pennsylvania. I was looking at a $1,709 bill for today, just for what he came out and did on our unit. But we were very fortunate that he stated that he wouldn't charge us at this time, but he can't guarantee that next time. So what I'm proposing is we pay in yearly payments for our load system, $7,827 yearly. It'll be paid off in 28. And so our maintenance contract for 5 years is $19,000 and, excuse me, I know I had it here, $19,060. So 5 years, each yearly payment would be $3,812 a year for that payment. So what I'm asking is there any way that I can ask to have the first 2 years of those payments made for the maintenance of this unit from general fund, once by 28, the payments for the unit will be paid off. It will be paid in full. Then the squad will take over the last 3 years of payments for the contract, for the maintenance of the unit that we have. So, and our call volume is very large. For last year, in December, we finished off with 1,476 emergencies. That's not counting what we gave away to mutual aid. This year, since January 1st, as of today, I'm at 407 emergencies. So we're using that system quite a bit. We just want to make sure we keep it updated, we keep it maintenance, and we keep it in working order so we don't have an issue with it. Because if I'm already in this far, and if I would have had to add in that $1,700 today, what I've already put out, I'm looking at over $2,800 already, and I'm only in the first 4 months of the year. This contract covers labor, parts, batteries, travel, it covers it all. Where if he had charged me today, he was charging me for labor, travel, and on top of the materials he had bought. It had to bring and change out for my system.
What is your time frame on getting this money? Is it soon or?
For the contract?
Yes.
I'm under no time constraint at this time. It's just whenever I notify them and tell them that, we're able to do this contract and then go from there. But if we do get it, that's great. If we don't get it, I'll continue paying out of my budget, out of my line item in order to pay for repairs needing to be done or parts. Because I can't always guarantee with us using it as much as we are now, where we're going to be with it if we do have to.
Is that payment, a lump sum payment, how much was that payment?
The payment, the total for 5 years is $19,060, but the yearly payment is $3,812. So at the end of 5 years, we paid a total of $19,000 for the 5-year contract.
So would we pay that $38.20 monthly?
Yearly.
Yearly.
It goes yearly. It goes from the first time we make the.
Can we pay it monthly?
I don't know. I would have to speak to the Stryker representative in that regard. He has basically told me in the past they would work with us on payment plans and everything, whatever we could do to help us to make sure that.
I was just looking at it, if we can do it like a monthly, and then it doesn't hit our funds hard, right, Jack? Or even if you pay.
What I want to see, two things I'd like to see after talking to Mary today. First of all, I'd like to see if we can pay it for the whole year. But I'd like to see, if she gave me that figure, $19,060 for 5 years. We pay it yearly, it's $3,812 a year. If we pay all 5 years at once, why they couldn't discount us the price on it? I want to talk to him and see if he'll discount us the price. So if you're giving them 5 years out front, they should be willing to give us a little bit off of that yearly price. And I'd like to see that before we make a final commitment.
Yeah, okay. I was just thinking see if we could set something up monthly so it doesn't hurt our funds or.
I just want to make sure we set up monthly, we don't hurt the coverage, because you seen there already, she got 2 bills.
Yeah.
And the insurance almost was paid for already, and it doesn't seem like none of those bills are going to be cheap.
Mayor?
Yeah. When did we purchase this unit?
January of 2025.
So it's a year old and we're having problems.
They're telling me it's because of the wear and tear of our call volume, that we have such a heavy call volume. We've used it excessively. And a lot of people we're lifting are heavy people.
Hey, what's this unit called again?
It's a load system, hydraulic load system. Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, they're supposed to be durable, aren't they? For 1 year, knowing that you're gonna.
During the year.
Heavy weight and all these calls, heavy, a lot of calls. I mean, it's supposed to sustain that. I mean, instead of just breaking down in 1 year, it doesn't make sense to me at all.
Well, it really actually didn't break down. When he came out, he realized that it was the battery and the battery assembly, he said. That's what he changed out. But when you constantly, the way the system works, it comes out and it has 2 arms, brings our cot out. These arms, they hold the weight of the cot in your patient. We lower our legs, hit a release button, we're able to take our cot off. When we go to load them, we put them in this bracket, hit the button, these arms take all the weight of the cot and the patient to load them back in the ambulance again.
Why don't they give you a new one? It's only 1 year old.
It's not the system itself.
Do you have a guarantee on it?
I had a year warranty on it that expired in March.
Mary?
Yes.
Clarify one thing, because I don't think it's clarified there. The first thing you paid was the maintenance agreement, the 1 year maintenance agreement, right? It wasn't paid, it wasn't a breakdown for the first time.
It was preventive maintenance.
Preventive maintenance.
It was preventive maintenance.
So she only
We're
had
still-
one service call, but that
Yes.
insurance would have covered the preventive maintenance also. So she only had the service, and that was after the heavy rain yesterday and getting caught in it, so.
The preventive maintenance is
It
yearly.
hasn't been breaking down as much.
No.
What it saves you in comp cases, it will pay for itself.
Okay, this is Mr. Eshman, go ahead.
Just real quick, and this would be for a brand new unit.
I already had the unit installed. This is just going to be a maintenance contract for the unit and parts.
Okay.
warranty.
So, yeah,
Yes,
so she has
yes.
the new unit installed already. It's just
Correct.
for
It was installed a year ago.
To pay it. Okay, with
Yes, it's just to get a maintenance contract in place to help pay if I have to bring them out in the next 5 years, if that's what the contract's for, to if I need anything done with it.
Okay.
It also covers the preventive maintenance, so the $1,109 I just paid for the preventive maintenance this year, next year when they come out, will be covered under that contract, so I won't have to pay for that yearly preventive maintenance because it'll be covered under the contract.
So in case something were to happen with it again, we're covered.
Correct.
Under this.
Right, and
Okay.
parts are covered.
Insurance, exactly.
Yes, parts are covered, labor will be covered,
Okay.
and everything. Where now, they'll bill you individually on each one.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
This is a safety issue. Mr. Schramm, can we turn this over to the safety committee and you meet with Mary and then have a recommendation for our next council meeting?
You can do that.
Okay. Now, I'll turn it over to the safety committee and let them work with it, Mary.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Mr. Regis.
I think, Jim, and also for our finance committee meeting, I'm gonna make some phone calls between now and our meeting and talk about that. If we pay the whole 5 years, do we get a discount and how we can set up the payment? If we set that payment up in 2 payments, like Andy said, instead of monthly, set up, we'll pay 6 months and then 6 months. You know, even try to take some burden off it. See what kind of deals we can work out. I'll have that for the finance meeting, the
No, we'll
29th.
just have the safety meeting the same time as the finance.
Okay.
49, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Ms. Yesso.
Well, I'll start out my announcement with good news. So JB Green Team, with the assistance of Project Forward and the City of Martins Ferry, we were awarded a total of $10,000 to put towards commercial planners for downtown. No excitement? Bummer.
Is that it?
We've been meeting with the police department, EMS, fire department, with the grant writer to look at different opportunities that are available for the fire department, EMS, and the police. Most of those funds will be opening hopefully in July, so the grants have been prepared and ready for submission. In front of me is this week's code violations. So Monday we had 8, on Tuesday we had 4 permits that we had to go after that were not submitted, and then today we had 16 additional violations. We are moving to condemn 2 properties in Martins Ferry. That's all that I have currently.
Any question for Ms. Yesso? Thank you. Which brings us down to residents' hearing of any citizen relative to any matter which may be brought before City Council. You have 5 minutes to speak. If you would come to the microphone, give your name and address, and address council.
Reports of committees.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Who you want to do that
I
first?
skipped over. I'm sorry. Reports of committees.
That's all right.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Finance and audit. Mr. Hunker.
I want to say no report.
Street, Mr. Smay.
No report.
Ordinances, Mr. Agnew.
No report.
Sir Sidewalk, Mr. Eshman.
No report.
Safety, Mr. Schramm.
No report.
Service, Mr. Schramm.
No report.
Cemetery, Mr. Roby.
No report.
Thank you. Public Relations, Mr. Eshman.
No report.
Code Administration, Mr. Agnew.
No report.
Real Estate and Ground, Mr. Hunker.
No report.
Income Tax, Mr. Eshman.
No report, but today is tax day.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are there any other committees that would like to make a report at this time? Thank you. Now it comes down to hearing of citizens. If you come to the microphone, you've got 5 minutes to talk, give your name and address, and speak clearly.
Thank you. The name is Richard Hoard, 915 Virginia Street. First of all, I'd like to invite everyone. There's a Meet the Candidates session coming up with those running for local office. It'll be held at the Martins Ferry Public Library. It'll be this Saturday, beginning at 10 a.m. And everyone's invited, no charge. Then the following Wednesday, 1 week from this evening at 6 p.m., it'll be for the state running candidates. And again, no charge. They'll be at the Martins Ferry Public Library. So everyone's invited. Had one last Thursday, and it was for the federal candidates, and I thought it was very well received and very well attended. So thank you. Just wanted to give you a bit of an update on that. Also, too, since today is April the 15th, and this would be the first day when we'll be moving for the street sweeper, any update regarding the possibility of replacing the street sweeper and getting the streets swept and cleaned again?
Well, Mr. Roby did a little research, and depends on if you want to pay $301,000 for a street cleaner. That's what one costs.
Wow.
So, here's the proposal. It's basically the replacement on that thing's $301,000. So, to answer your question, I want $301,078.40. So, to answer your question, I would say no.
No, I understand. I understand.
If we buy it, we don't have anybody to run it because we run out of money. But we are,
Sure.
Mr. Roby's going to talk to John Deere about possibly figuring out what's wrong with the other one. Hopefully we can get it up and running. We talked about selling it to purchase a new one, but we'd have to sell 15 what we have to purchase a new one.
I see. Thank you. And not so much a problem, but a concern, but I see a lot of, especially young people are riding bikes and scooters on sidewalks. I know a lot of times when I'm walking, there's someone who passes me and it's like, if it's say like on your right or whatever, then you get out of the way, make sure, but it can be a little bit troublesome, and I just thought I'd mention that.
Well, I'm sure if police officers see them that they're going to stop them, but it's a matter of, it's like you get caught once out of 15 times, I'd say, or once out of 20 times doing a violation. So.
Yeah, and I'm not looking, I know they need to be safe and all, but I thought that there would be maybe a better procedure just to see if, like I said, if they're doing that, to say, look, I'm on your right or on your left or whatever, so then that way you can get out of the way and don't worry about being run over or having an accident, maybe getting both of us hurt. Just suggestions, want to throw that out there. Another concern, and it's not just here, certainly it's not just here in the city of Martins Ferry, but it seems like there are so many places where there have been businesses that are vacant right now. I noticed that smoke shop where Z's Jewelers have been, seems like they're closed down. The thrift shop down where Pick and Pack had been, since they're going out of business, across the street where DJ Danner had been, seemed like they're empty. And then there's, well, actually two places are on Hanover Street where Jay Klein had his shop. And the one where they have the axe hole that says that now they're only open upon appointment. So it seems like, you know, there's some concerns in that regard too. I went down by South School and I don't see the sign there. I was wondering if maybe they're out of business too. I understand that those who had been tenants at the North School building are no longer there, and just the concerns.
Yeah, there's still activity in the North School building. They still hold up, they hold worship there on Sundays. I come by and there's a bunch of cars there.
Oh, okay.
You know, these buildings where the businesses are, these are privately owned buildings.
Yes.
So it could be a variety of things. It could be everything from people. I'm just gonna tell you the way it is. People don't support the businesses in town. The businesses fail. Everybody wants businesses in town, but they don't support them. And I go back to the swimming pool. It costs you $2 to get in the pool. We bitch about $2 to get in the pool. What? But it's okay to pay $100 for 4 lifeguards, $400 a day for 6 people to be in the pool. We lose money every day. They complain about buying a bottle of water for $1. They want to go to the dollar store, buy it for 50 cents, come up, drink it in the pool, throw it on the ground, and we have to pay people to pick it up that they don't want to pay for. And until that changes, you're not going to see new businesses come in town. It's a whole thing. You know, it's not what people want to hear, but I'm not a true politician, so I'll just tell you the way it is. You don't support your businesses, they go out of business. That's the way it is.
I understand.
I'm done with my rant. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any update regarding the former PNC building? I understand it's been sold, but don't see any activity or hear anything. And also
Once again,
the former
that's a
Keith
privately owned
Summers law
building.
office.
Got to be up to the owner to decide, you know,
Okay.
whoever he's going to lease it to or whatever he's going to do with it.
So there's nothing out there to report?
Not right
'Cause
now.
just-
There's a lot of rumors going around, a lot of different things going around, but you just have to wait and see where it comes out at.
Okay, yeah, and I understand it's private, but I thought maybe there was some negotiations taking place. Same with Keith Summers' former law office building. I hear that it has also been sold, but I
Correct.
don't see any activity. I was just curious to see. Hopefully, things will be moving in there, some positive things for Martins Ferry. And hopefully, things will be turning around for East Ohio Regional Hospital, too, and we'll be able to reopen that and get things really going in a positive way, strongly once again. And thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Richard.
Mr. Harris?
Mayor, how old is that sweeper that we're putting down right now?
I'm gonna say it's 15, yeah, I was on the city council,
Yeah, I think
so it had to be 15 or 16.
Something like that.
So it's 10 years old, so it's been junk since we bought it.
Yeah.
John, that's not the original one, because remember, the original one went back to the transmission.
Yeah, we had sent it back,
That's the second one we got.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It's a little bit newer.
Yeah,
Might be an 18.
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
10
because the
years
other
maybe.
one go up the hill,
Yeah.
so
10,
yeah, it's
12
probably
years.
an 8.
What company makes it?
It's made by, I think that's made by Elgin also, isn't it?
Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Are there any other citizens that would like to address city council? Thank you. Bring this, Andy, go ahead. Wait a minute, hold it, Mr. Sutak.
Sorry.
Wait a minute.
So it's okay, Mr. Wood. My name's Don Klein. I live at 1010 Dutch Hill Road. And I want to know what's going on with the Beretta Dutch Hill project. A bunch of equipment was brought in the first part of the year. And 2 weeks ago, they moved the last piece out. Hasn't been a piece up there and hasn't been any work other than a surveyor. They have put up survey stakes, I think, last week or the week before. And I just wondering what the heck's going on up there. They did a bunch of work at beginning, end of last year, and all of a sudden they're gone. Haven't seen anybody up there for probably 3 to 4 months.
Well, they're not gonna move dirt and they're not gonna do asphalt in the winter, obviously. And
I understand that, but I mean, there's a lot of digging and a lot of pipe they've got to put in and stuff like that, but they moved every piece of equipment out of up there.
No, that's National Limestone. What's happening, they're have to restructure some of the catch basins, and they might have to move some of the sewer lines, so that went back to the engineering portion with National Limestone. So we have a meeting coming up in the next week or so because of that issue with the water lines and sewer lines and putting the catch basins in to make sure that the water runoff, make sure it doesn't filter onto the property owners. I'm hoping the next couple of weeks we'll
I mean,
get.
I've talked with several of my neighbors up there, and we're all asking the same questions, you know. They were here, and all of a sudden now they're gone. And that's the question a lot of us want to know up there is.
I'll get you an answer by this week or Monday, and I'll let you know for sure.
Okay, thank you, Andy.
Because here's, like I said, they ran into a couple issues where the storm sewers they have to put in.
Right.
Where they wanted to put them in a key area to keep the water from going on to the property owners.
Right.
They didn't realize there was where the sewer line actually lays. Okay?
Well, I
So-
understand from looking at what's up there and all the flag and everything. I know some lines are gonna end up getting moved because they were in the original line where they were planning on putting these drain lines in and stuff. I understand that, and I figured that by now they might start looking at where they're gonna move these lines and
Part of
stuff
the
like that.
issue too is the township portion, because if they have to move some of those, they have to come up with the funds for that. The city will not pay for those additional.
Even though it's city water line?
No, that's our water lines,
Right.
okay? Those storm sewers they're putting in, okay, because that's
Right.
township, okay?
Right, I understand.
Okay, so that's where if we have to move that line or adjust the sewer, they gotta pay for it. The city
Okay.
will pay for it, okay?
Okay,
So I think what the engineers went back to look to see where they can maybe move them a little bit this way to cut back on costs, but not change the perspective to hurt the property owners for any of the water coming off that hill, because I'm sure you've seen that water coming off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
I've already had
Coming
to shovel
off the
my
county
driveway
road, coming
3
down
times
around
this year.
that. You know,
Yep.
all the homes on the bottom side are the ones that take all the water. The ones on the upper side don't really take.
Yeah,
much.
I get all their driveway gravel and
Correct.
stuff. Like I said,
So,
I've shoveled my driveway 3 times already to get the
I will
gravel
get back
out.
with you. I just want to make sure it's done right.
Okay.
Mr. Klein, okay?
Yep.
So your property doesn't get hindered and whatever. So I will get back to you. I'm gonna check with National Limestone and see where we are, okay?
Okay.
And our engineer, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank
And
you.
I'll give you a call, okay?
You got it. I know you got my number, Randy.
I do. It's on speed dial.
Are there any other,
I listen where you live too, okay?
are there any other citizens? Mr. Shutak, you wanted to speak earlier?
Yes, I apologize, Mr. President and council. Since about a year or two ago, what we did was, we don't have a true water superintendent, we'll say. Just for somewhere in the near future, if something comes up or whatever, I would like to see, Paul, if you could look back and redo a, ordinance for a classified water superintendent to be at least class 1 and 2. I think the previous ordinance say 1, 2, and 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they have
So,
class 2.
with our water plant being downsized to what it is, a class 2 would be fine. So if you can relook at that, and if ordinance committee, or if you want to touch base with the ordinance committee, I'd like to see that brought back in.
So what, you want an ordinance just saying, if we hire a water supervisor, they have to be a class 1? Or they
Class
have to
two,
be at
yeah,
least a
class
class 2?
Two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it's the same as what the old ordinance used to be before they did away with all the qualifications. Other only change would be at that point would be from a class 3 to a class 2. And then we would have to establish a wage, so we would
Once we
have,
get to
yeah,
that
we'd
point,
have to
yeah.
go back and find out what the superintendent made.
Is that all you have, Mr. Shutak? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
That brings us down to a reading of consideration of ordinances and resolutions. We have any?
No.
We have no resolutions or ordinances. Comes down to miscellaneous business. Is there anything under miscellaneous business? Mr. Ashman?
Yes, I just wanted to bring to everybody's attention, some weeks back, and I got with Mr. Sutek on this, I got in contact with Forefront Technology about getting our camera fixed for our live streams. And the support ticket said, we're having some issues with camera during live streams, camera was going dark. And then Jaylon Goodman from Forefront last week came in and he said to me this, "Hey Spence, we were on site and took a look at the streaming camera today. We're able to get it fixed by doing a few reboots. It should be in working order now. So please let me know if you continue to have any more issues going forward." And from what I've seen, the live stream is working fine, and I got that taken care of. So I just want to let everybody know that.
Thank you, Mr. Ashman. Anything else under miscellaneous business? Mr. Schramm?
Make a motion to note we receive reports of officers and management of the city.
Is there a second, Mr.
Incorporate these
Agnew?
into the minutes.
Okay, Mr. Agnew, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is there anything else under miscellaneous business? Mr. Mayor, go ahead.
Yeah, we secured the contract for the fireworks this year. July the 3rd. Celebration in the park, the fireworks will be done by same guy that set the first ones off years ago. I forget the name of his company now. I think it's Firework Moments or something like that. We did get the contract in place, so that's all in place for this year. And
Entertainment's on place.
yeah, the entertainment's all in place, and so we're right on track to to put that program in place. I'm trying to figure out what, I think it's Fireworks Moments. I'll get you the exact name of it. Contract's down in the utility office. So, hopefully everybody comes down and has a good time that day, that's all. It's $250. Mr. May give us a flag. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Anything else under miscellaneous business? Mr. Harris?
Are they gonna set it off down here or up the
Down
school?
to the ball field again.
Oh, the ball field again? Thank you.
Mr. Hunker?
What was that we needed for the Legion for a Poppy Day?
Yeah, Poppy Day, May 22nd. They are asked permission to corners of Zane of Hanover and Fifth Street.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Hunker, seconded by Mr. Schramm. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Anything else under miscellaneous business? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Eshman,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
thank you, sir. We are adjourned. Stand by the salute to the flag.
Your vote. I'll second it, yeah.
We don't need a second on
All in favor?
We know?
Is everyone in favor that we adjourn? Yeah, you're better. You can salute.
I was a little put back. You shook everybody's hand when you came here, just like a politician. But you ignored me. That's okay.